Hello, students. I'm hoping you're enjoying your Christmas vacation. We're going to get back to work in a week, and I just want to give you a quick rundown of what we've covered already and some of the important things. First of all was perspective. Perspective. What perspective? We talked about that, and we talked about it as in point of view. What's our point of view? Our point of view right now of me is I've got a big furry hat on my head. But that's okay. It's a blustery -5 in Epping today, and we're going to talk about what we've talked about already. We started off with a circle. There's another circle. Circles can be found everywhere. They're all over the place. They're very important parts of drawing. Circles, okay? And we got other kind of circles. This is a disc. This is a disc. It is circular, but it's a disc, okay? And we have another kind. This is kind of a disc. Also, it's a disc. It's a CD disc, but it has a hole in it. So it's actually a kind of a combination, circle and a disc. So it's important to think about when you're drawing what is what. Now, if this circle was broken like this is not a circle. This is not a circle. This is an incomplete circle. It's basically a series of arcs. Circle is a line that has no start and no end. So that's what we're talking about. Our circles, a different type of them. These are covers, as you can see, and they have a certain perspective to them. They're flat, one-dimensional, but as you turn them, a circle on edge becomes an oval. These are football shaped now, and this is something you have to be aware of when you're doing this, how these are going to change as you change. You're looking down at it, it's going to look like that, and looking up at it, it's going to look like that. Then a circle becomes a sphere. This is how we have to shade this. In order for this to look like a sphere, this is nothing more than this, but now we have to give it some depth. We have to shade it. And we use cross-hatching, we can use shading, we can use all kinds of things. We can smudge it, we can do all kinds of things, but in order to make this look like a ball, we have to recognize that it is three-dimensional and we have to shade it. Okay, so we've done this. We did this. This is the big white ball that we drew in detail many times. So you should understand that. So this is a sphere. We have a circle, and we have a disc. Disc. I know my head getting in the way here. We're going to talk about more important things as we go. So here you have another circle. There's a circle. But what happens is it becomes a different object as we look at it in perspective. Okay, so what do we have here? We have a candle. It becomes a cylinder. You've got two circles at either end. One you don't see, you see all of in one end, and you see only part of at the other end, but then you've got two straight lines here. And this is another way we're going to be looking at circles, because we're going to start drawing in 3 dimensions, and we're going to be talking about a different perspective called linear perspective, but I'm not going to throw that at you right now. The same thing happens with squares. So here we have a square, okay, and then we want to look at it. How do we make a square look like it's in the world? Well, we have to change it, and we have to make it look different. Okay, and it becomes a cube, a 4-sided element here. When we have 4 sides to this, it becomes, you can make this look like it's sitting in space, sitting on a table. You see this a lot on the road when you go and buy a 18-wheeler. If you look at an 18-wheeler, you're going to see a couple of different shapes. It's going to be driving by you. On this side, you're going to see the trapezoid. You're going to see the square here and the trapezoid, and this is going to fade away. We know that this side is the same size as this side, but because of perspective, it's going to look different, and that makes it look like it appears in space. And I do that here. Here's the truck. We know the truck is the same size, basically, but in space, it's going to look differently, and that's what we're doing. All right, that's the whole purpose of what we're going to be trying to draw. The same thing with the cube. If I want to make this cube, that's what it is, and there's all different sizes of cubes. A dice is a cube. Look at the dice. Cube. If I want to make this cube look like it's sitting on a table, I have to put it in perspective. That means the lines are not all going to be the same. Here's another cube, and I can show it to you this way, but then as soon as I start turning it, notice the angles change. These two angles are different. The top two angles are different, and the bottom angles, depending on how you're looking at it, are going to be different. So this is observation. This is why you have to use your eyes. Your eyes are the most important drawing tool next to your hands. Your eyes have to tell your brain what you're seeing, and then your brain has to tell your hand what you're seeing, and that's how you draw things, and that's how you learn to draw. And this is how you learn different things. And when I want different elements of drawing, and when I finally want to draw a house, I start putting the squares into perspective, so into point of view. So this is kind of big, but anyways, here's my house. I have a square, I have a trapezoid, and I have up here that mystery thing. This is called a rhombus. You have a triangle and a rhombus. Parallelogram, diamond shape, but this helps the house look like it's in perspective. It puts it on top of that cube in the right angle. So these are some of the things that we've covered already. Remember the big word, perspective. You'll be giving a Scantron test on this. We have to color in the little dots for all the different things. That's what teachers do. But anyways, perspective, and we're going to learn about this point of view. And the point of view is very important. The point of view is when you create art, you're creating art for someone else to see. I want someone to see it. If I want to draw this, how are they going to look at it? If I'm going to draw this, how are they going to look at it? Are they above it? Are they above it, or are they below it? Or however we're going to see this, it's my job to put the person who's looking at this where they should be and tell them that story, okay? And it's a good thing to tell a story when you're drawing or painting. So here is the tutorial. You should be drawing cubes. Get a box and draw the box as best as you possibly can. Draw the circle, and you need to know these terms. Right? Draw a cube, and draw a cube. Put a box on the table. You can put this on the table someplace and draw it. Draw it standing over it. Draw it looking at from the side. Drawing it looking from 3 different perspectives. There's a different perspective. Now I see 3 sides of this, and notice that I see 3 sides, but these angles are not flat. There's no flat angle here. So there's a lot of things to look at, a lot of things still to learn. We got a lot of learning to do, and I can't wait to see you all again. I hope you have a happy new year. Don't eat too much food, and I will see you soon. Mr. Don, signing out. Oh, Mr. Don's dog says hi. Hi. See you soon.